What if today was the last time you ever opened your eyes? Would you still scroll, still complain, still wait for a sign that it's time to start living? Most people live like they'll never die, like they've been promised unlimited days to waste, to doubt, to delay. But life doesn't work that way. It doesn't offer guarantees. It doesn't wait for you to be ready. It doesn't ask if you're done wasting time. It just keeps going with or without you. We forget how fragile this all is. We move through each day like we own it. But you don't own time. You borrow it. Every second you breathe is on loan. And one day, the universe will come calling. You won't get a warning. You won't get to reschedule. That's why the illusion of time is so dangerous. Because while you wait for the right moment, life is slipping quietly through your finger. You think you have tomorrow, but so did the person who didn't wake up today. So did the friend who never made it home. Life is not a straight line. It's a blink, a breath, a moment that can be gone in an instant. And the saddest truth is that most people only realize this after it's too late. When the moments they ignored become memories they can never relive. When the time they wasted becomes the pain they carry forever. So what are you really doing with the time you've been given? Are you living with purpose or just going through the motions? Are you chasing something real or just distracting yourself from the truth? Because the truth is simple. Your life is shrinking. Every day, the window gets smaller. And one day, it will close for good. But that doesn't have to scare you. It should wake you. It should pull you into action. Because once you understand how short life really is, you start to make different choices. You stop holding back your words. You stop dimming your light. You stop waiting for permission to be who you were meant to be. You start living like you mean it. This is your wake-up call, not just to exist, but to live with urgency, with courage, with depth, because there is no rewind button, no second round, no someday, just now. And the people who live the fullest are the ones who understand that truth and act on it. They don't just survive, they create, they impact, they matter. So stay with this. Stay in the discomfort of this realization, because on the other side of that discomfort is clarity. And on the other side of clarity is power. The power to decide what your life will stand for. The power to become something greater than the noise around you. Life is short, and that's exactly what makes it priceless. Don't waste it. Not one more second. You will never regret trying. You will regret staying silent. You will regret playing small. You will regret letting fear make your decisions for you. Because regret doesn't knock. It waits. It lingers. It haunts. It shows up in the quiet moments when the noise fades and you're alone with your thoughts. And it asks you one question. Why didn't you try? Not why didn't you succeed? Not why didn't you win? Just why didn't you begin? Most people aren't paralyzed by failure. They're paralyzed by the idea of failure. They create it in their mind, rehearse it until it feels real, and then run from it. But failure doesn't break you. Living your whole life wondering what could have happened if you had just been brave enough to step forward, that's the kind of pain you carry forever. You don't get a second version of your life. There's no alternate reality where your dreams come true without risk, without fear, without action. Everything you want lives on the other side of discomfort. And you either choose courage now or carry regret later. That's the trade. That's the truth. That's what most people refuse to face. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need guarantees. You just need to stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending you're waiting for the right time. You're not waiting, you're hiding. And every day you hide, you bury another piece of who you are meant to become. Every dream you silence becomes a scar. Every gift you lock away becomes a weight on your soul, until one day you look in the mirror and don't recognize the person staring back. You have one shot at this. One brief moment in the infinite timeline of existence to matter, to create, to rise, and what you do with that moment is entirely up to you. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you purpose. You have to claim it. You have to fight for it. You have to become someone you're proud of. Not someday, but now. There's something in you that the world needs. Something real, something powerful. But you'll never know what it is if you keep choosing comfort over calling. If you keep silencing your voice just to fit into places that were never meant for you. The truth is, you're not afraid of failure. You're afraid of who you might become if you actually succeed. Because then you'll have no excuses left. Let that fear fuel you. Let it wake you up. Let it remind you that time is running out and your greatness is not going to wait forever. Take the shot. Say the words. Risk the fall. Because regret is a heavy burden, and it only grows with silence. The life you want is hiding behind everything you keep avoiding. It's behind the difficult conversations, the early mornings, the lonely nights, the discipline you resist, the pressure you fear. Growth doesn't wait for your permission. It doesn't arrive quietly. It demands something from you. It asks you to become more than who you've been. And it always shows up wrapped in discomfort. Comfort feels good. That's why it's so dangerous. It keeps you warm, safe, numb, and stuck. You stay in the same patterns, surrounded by the same thoughts, telling yourself the same excuses. You convince yourself that maybe you're not ready, maybe you're not good enough, maybe this is just the way life is. But none of that is true. What's true is that the life you want won't meet you at your lowest standards. It won't show up while you're staying small. It only responds to effort, hunger, sacrifice. It meets you at the edge of resistance. Every time you choose comfort, you delay your potential. Every time you avoid hard things, you stay exactly where you are. It's not that you're incapable, it's that you're not willing to break your own limits. But the version of you that's waiting, the stronger, wiser, freer version, isn't found in ease. It's forged in the fire of challenge. You have to earn that version through discipline, through repetition, through the courage to face what's uncomfortable again and again until you stop fearing it. There is no growth without friction, no clarity without confusion, no strength without struggle. The people who become unstoppable are the ones who keep moving through the pain while others run from it. They don't wait to feel ready, they act. And that action rewires their mind. That movement builds self-trust, and self-trust becomes power. Stop looking for the shortcut. Stop searching for motivation. Start becoming the kind of person who does what needs to be done, regardless of how it feels. That's the only way to transform. That's the only way to win long-term, because the world doesn't reward intention, it rewards execution. Every goal stays a fantasy until you do something about it, until you stop wishing and start building, until you stop planning and start becoming. If you want to change your life, raise your standards. Make discomfort your new normal. Show up when it's hard. Push forward when it hurts. Keep promises to yourself when no one is watching. Because discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you could be. And every day you stay on the wrong side of that bridge, you settle for less than you're capable of. You were not made to settle. You were made to stretch. You were made to rise. You were made to fight for the life that sets your soul on fire. And you can have it, but only if you're willing to get uncomfortable enough to earn it. You don't have forever. That's not a threat. That's a truth. Most people bury under distractions, routines, and noise because facing it feels heavy. But when you stop running from it and start living like it matters, everything changes. Every choice sharpens. Every moment counts. And suddenly, life stops being something you survive and starts being something you shape. The biggest lie is that you have more time. More time to forgive. More time to heal. More time to chase what sets your soul on fire. So you put things off. You wait for the right mood, the perfect plan, the guaranteed outcome. But that wait becomes your cage. You're not stuck because you're incapable. You're stuck because you're stalling. You've convinced yourself that delay is harmless, that someday is real, that later is safe. But it's not. Every second you wait is a second you don't get back. You're not promised tomorrow. You're not even promised tonight. And when that finally hits you, not just in your mind, but in your bones, you move differently. You stop hesitating. You stop explaining yourself. You stop needing everyone's approval because you realize this is your life. No one else will live it for you. No one else will carry your regrets. No one else will be accountable for the time you wasted. So choose. Choose now. Choose boldly. Choose the harder path if it leads to who you're meant to become. Choose the risk if it means you'll never have to wonder what could have been. Choose the discipline even when you're tired. Because the alternative is sleepwalking through a life you'll eventually mourn while you're still alive in it. Most people don't die once. They die slowly. When they stop growing, stop feeling, stop trying. When they trade their fire for convenience, their purpose for comfort, their soul for routine. But you don't have to be most people. You can disrupt the pattern. You can draw a line and say, this ends with me. You can reclaim your time, your energy, your mind, your heart, and decide that your life will mean something. There's urgency in your veins for a reason. That restlessness, it's not anxiety. It's your soul trying to wake you up, telling you there's more, and that you're the one who has to reach for it. No one is going to push you. No one is going to hand you the life you dream about. It's on you. And that's not a burden, it's a gift, because that means you have control. That means the pen is still in your hand. That means your story can still change. Start now, not when it's easier, not when it's clearer. Now, before another second slips away. Because one day, you won't be able to start. And the only thing worse than failing is realizing you never truly tried. One day, your name will be spoken for the last time. Your voice will go quiet. Your hands will rest. And everything you feared, everything you chased, everything you avoided will no longer matter. What will remain is the trace of how you lived, the impact you made, the truth you stood for, the love you gave, and the legacy you built. That moment isn't far. It's not in the distance. It's coming, step by step, as silent and certain as the sunrise. You don't control when it arrives, but you do control how you meet it. You get to decide if death finds you running, building, reaching, or hiding, waiting, regretting. This is not meant to scare you, it's meant to awaken you. Because once you stop treating your time like it's unlimited, you start treating your life like it's sacred. You stop postponing purpose. You stop settling for average. You stop playing roles that don't fit your soul. This is your time, not next year, not when life gets easier, not when people finally understand you, now. Because when you leave, you don't get to take anything with you, only what you've left behind. And most people don't leave behind what they could have, not because they weren't talented, not because they weren't worthy, but because they never gave themselves permission to begin. You are not here to be invisible. You are not here to shrink. You are not here to fit into boxes that keep you quiet, tame, and forgettable. You are here to leave a mark, to live with urgency, to stand for something, to rise above what tries to hold you down. And you don't need the perfect moment to start doing that. You just need to decide that your life will mean something. There is something powerful buried in you, something that's been waiting, something that doesn't care about your past, your mistakes, or your doubts. It only wants one thing: to be used, to be expressed, to be unleashed in full force while you're still breathing. That power dies with you if you never let it out. Don't take it to the grave. Don't let your fear be stronger than your mission. Every second is a seed. Plant it with intention or waste it in distraction. But understand, there is no neutral. You're either building your legacy or burying it. And the clock isn't stopping. This is your chance to live so fully, so completely, that when it ends, there is nothing left inside you. No dreams untouched, no truth unspoken, no potential unspent. Let your life be the loudest answer to the question, did you really live? Let your actions echo long after your breath is gone. Let your choices speak for you when you no longer can. Life is short, but it can be powerful. It can be extraordinary. And the moment you choose to live like it matters, that's the moment you become unstoppable. This is your life. No one else can live it for you. No one else can fight your battles, climb your mountains, speak your truth. Every second you wait for someone to save you is a second wasted, because no one is coming. It's on you. And that's not a curse, it's a gift. The power is in your hands, and it always has been. You are not powerless. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are just one decision away from becoming everything you were meant to be. Stop acting like you're waiting for permission. You don't need it. You don't need more validation. You don't need more time. What you need is the courage to move, to rise, to start. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. And the longer you delay, the louder your doubts become. Fear grows in stillness, but so does strength, if you choose to use it. You don't overcome fear by thinking. You overcome it by doing, by showing up when it's hard, by pushing forward when you'd rather quit. There is no magic coming, just choices, hard ones, brave ones, life-altering ones. You either make them or you don't. And life-altering ones, you either make them or you don't. There is no magic. You either make them or you don't. You either rise or you stay stuck. No one is responsible for your outcome but you. That should ignite you, not intimidate you, because that means nothing is holding you back but your own hesitation. And hesitation is the enemy of transformation. You can't keep playing small and expecting a big life. You can't keep holding back and hoping for a breakthrough. Your potential is screaming to be used. It's not waiting for a better season. It's waiting for a stronger decision. And you're capable of that decision right now. Not when it's convenient, not when you feel ready, but now, because that's when it matters most. You were not made to live halfway. You were not made to drift through your days hoping things get better on their own. You were built to create, to challenge, to conquer. You were built for purpose. That's why comfort feels like decay. That's why routine starts to suffocate you. Because deep down your soul knows this isn't it. There's more. There's always more. But more only comes when you step up, when you demand more from yourself, when you rise to meet your own potential instead of hiding behind excuses. You don't get what you want, you get what you commit to, what you fight for, what you're willing to sacrifice for. That's where the breakthrough happens, not in the fantasy, but in the fire. So stand up, not tomorrow, now. No more delays, no more waiting for life to hand you the keys. Take them. You've had them all along. And the door to your next level has always been unlocked. All that's left is for you to walk through it. Fearless, focused, and fully alive.